Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 11 of my favorite 31 hard rock and heavy metal albums of the 70s countdown. We've been doing it together each and every day here in the month of July. 31 days in the month. My 31 favorite heavy albums, hard rock and albums of the 70s. This particular album, you knew it was going to be here. It's the third album from this American band from New York. Released April 5th, 1974, recorded at Columbia Studios in New York City by Murray Krugman and Sandy Pearlman for Columbia Records. Of course, I'm talking about Secret Treaties by Blue Oyster Cult. Getting lots of glare here this morning because, of course, I am taping like way earlier than normal because I've got something I got to go out and do at 8 o'clock this morning. So I'm trying to get up before everybody else gets up. Try to tape this so I can get the dogs ready and get out of the house and get to where I need to be. And I got like no natural light coming in from outside because, of course, it's like rainy and dark, and I got every light on here in the studio. And I'm just I love when I can record and I have natural light because it just makes everything look better. I can turn every freaking light on that I have, and it just looks artificial. Like this to me looks really artificial, but it is what it is, right? It's just all these lights coming this way, that way, and from up top. It's just like craziness. But anyway, back to the album at hand. So yeah, this of course, if you've been following me, you know this is my favorite Blue Oyster Cult album of all time. It's a drop dead classic. I love a lot of their other albums from this time period, but this one is heads and shoulders for me. Eric Bloom, vocals, rhythm guitar, a little bit of keyboards. Donald Buck Dharma Roser on lead guitar. He doesn't really do much vocals on this album. Very little vocally on this particular album. Not like other albums where he sings 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 lead vocals on the album. Contributes lots of backing vocals. This is more a Eric and the Bouchard brothers. Joe Bouchard on bass and vocals, and Albert Bouchard on drums and vocals, and of course Al Lanier, keyboards, rhythm guitar, synthesizers, and things. Right. So what do we got on this album? I mean, you have one of the great sides of music in all of hard rock and metal. I mean, side one, Career of Evil, with that very cool Patti Smith lyric, great vocal from Eric and Albert on this one. Career of Evil is so cool. I love that, the songs on this album have this like kind of like, I don't want to say like evil slant to them, but they're definitely dark and menacing. But yet the production of the album is like not like overblown. Let's make this so heavy and loud. It's kind of understated, but yet the songs all have that heft to them. If that makes any sense. Subhuman. Oh, love Subhuman. Again, Subhuman is so kind of eerie and heavy, but not in a big tremendous distortion type. It's the heaviness of the song, and this whole album is very understated, but I absolutely love Subhuman. So good. Another great kind of evil vocal from Eric. Great. Then of course you got Dominant Submission, a little bit faster, right, a little bit heavier. Albert does a great vocal on that one. Excellent. ME262. It's kind of like their jacked up boogie on the album, right? Beginning of the song. Love Eric's vocal on that. Just awesome. ME262. The bombs falling from the sky, right? Great. For me, side one on this album is pretty much untouchable. So good. As a matter of fact, I think the only song on this entire album that isn't quite up to the standards of everything else is Cagey Cretins, which is the first song on side 2. That's kind of quirky, kind of humorous. It's good. It's not great to fantastic like the rest of the stuff. Harvester of Eyes, terrific. Another great chilling vocal from Eric. Excellent song, one of their great songs, as is Flaming Telepaths. Man, that riffing from Buck on that, awesome, so good. Another great Eric Bloom vocal. And then, of course, you finish it all off with the great Astronomy, nearly 7 minutes long. A terrific, spacey, atmospheric launching pad for one of the great Buck Dharma guitar solos of all time. Just absolutely terrific. Such a great song. And again, what a great album. I mean, this is top-notch Blue Oyster Cult, no matter how you look at it. They've got other great albums from this time period, but to me, this is head and shoulders my favorite. So, charting positions. Canada, this made it to number 54. U.S. Billboard charts, number 53. Surprised that's as high as it got, but again, not much of an impact in other parts of the world. So That's all we got. It's a North America thing, right? American band, North America thing. Certifications, this did go gold in the States, 500,000 copies sold. So, again, surprising considering it didn't even crack the top 50 that it did go gold here. I mean, 500,000 units, nothing to sneeze at, right? So it did get some accolades, though, when this album was released. In the UK, this made the number 13 album of the year, okay, for NME magazine, right? Also, later on, best of the album chart makers by year in 1974. That happened in 1981 by Dave Marsh and Kevin Stein. Came in number 36. In Kerrang! Magazine in 1989, this made the 100 greatest heavy metal albums of all time, came in number 22. In 2001, Mojo included this on the 1,000 Ultimate CD Buyer's Guide. And in 2002, Rolling Stone listed this at number 47 as the 50 coolest records of all time. 50 coolest records of all time. What makes up coolness? I don't know. Go figure, Rolling Stone to do something like that, right? Anyway, yeah. Amazing stuff. This is my pick number 11, Secret Treaties by Blue Oyster Cult. Let us know what you think of this album down. I just can't get over how freaking dark it is in here. Let us know what you think of this album down in the comments below, as well as your pick for number 11, right? So the top 10 is coming at you starting tomorrow, and then we move into a even more ridiculously hard month for August, where I will be trying to rank my favorite 30 or is it 31? How many days in August, guys? Jeez, I do this every day. I think it's 31. Favorite rock albums of the 70s. So again, we're not picking hard rock and metal stuff. We're not picking prog. We're not picking southern rock, because we've done all of those. We're like kind of dicing everything up here. We're picking stuff that doesn't really fit in any of those categories, just plain old rock albums. Right, so that's what we're doing for August. And then September, I am going to take a look at all this stuff, all these albums I've been talking about, the hard and heavy, the proggy, the rock stuff, the jazz stuff, the fusion stuff, everything. I'm throwing it all in a hat, and I'm going to pick out my favorite 30 or 31, however many days in September, albums of the 70s in general. So that's what I'm going to be doing in September. So that will be nearly impossible. I'm going to have to be working on that list all throughout August, right? God, the homework I give myself, it's crazy. Anyway, just to bring enjoyment to you guys, hopefully. Anyway, thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as our merch page. So thanks in advance for all your support there. Stay tuned in just a little bit. We got Martin Popoff coming up with myself at the Funhouse. We got a cool topic here. We're going to be talking about some rock stars who left us way too soon, died at a young age with lots of potential, lots of things they could have done, but obviously didn't. There are obviously so many of those folks to talk about. We're not going to talk about all of them. We may not talk about some of the most obvious ones. We're going to try and throw some stuff, some obvious ones, some not, and just kind of talk about, what we think might have been for these stars had they not left us when they did. So that's coming up. This will be kind of like a part 2 thing, this whole what if scenario. So today's episode will be centered on those rock stars that died young. Next week will be on more bands centered, like, what if this band or this lineup didn't break up when they did? What if they had stayed together? What if this guy didn't leave the band and that lineup had stayed together? What could they have done together afterwards? So that will be centered on that. So that'll be coming up next week. So thanks for watching. Also, we've got the Professor's Picks coming up at 3 o'clock today, Eastern Standard Time. So tune in to see what Ken Golden has to show you for new releases on New Release Friday, right? So that's coming up 3 o'clock today. And then, of course, we've got tomorrow. It's all about the fuzz. Karen LaPreziosa and myself will be talking about some of the cool bands on the Rise Above Records roster. So if you're interested in hard and heavy, doomy, sludgy, stoner, psych music, Rise Above has some of the greatest artists on the planet. We will each be talking about 5 of them each, right? Talking about the discographies and the bands, right? And what you can look for on that record label. And then, of course, on Sunday is Ranking the Albums Day, and myself and Jamie Laszlo will be ranking the catalog of Blood Ceremony. Very, very cool band. So tune into that and all sorts of other stuff coming up. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo. We'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.